Sherpa is it's actually you know what?
No, what is it? It's an ethnic shepherd.
A Sherpa exists in. Hey guys, what's up?
I'm serious about this.
It's specifically for Mount Everest. It's
a Sherpa takes you up to Mount Everest.
It looks like sheep.
You got one?
Wool. Yeah, I got one. Reversible too.
Oh, what's up, everybody? Welcome into the pregame lounge. You guys don't know. We are absolutely feeling it right now. What? Absolutely feeling it. The squad is feeling great. It's Saturday. We got a little old fashioned, the top drink, I would say.
Oh, it's my top cocktail.
The top cocktail for sure.
The top tail, dude.
We got a couple surprises in the mix. Over here, I mean, he's just flexing on us. New watches, new shirts, just a slight tan. I mean, he's got the really
just a little different.
But there's something, the boyish haircut.
Man, I'm tanner than you. You're Mexican.
Are we? Let's see.
We're
close enough. We're close
I did
enough.
spend a month on an island, though.
It's Brendan Vogt.
Good to be here, fellas. Saturday night, vibes are high. D-Line, I missed you.
Don't ruin the surprise. Over here, it's D. He's back, baby.
Yep, I'm back, and there's more of you to love.
That's awesome. You brought a lot of Chicago home with you. Very excited. Later in the show, we're going to hear a little bit about Chicago.
That's right.
And your escapades.
Me oh my, are you in store for some escapade talk?
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait for it. And then over here, I mean, now everybody looks at the show and they think, oh, these guys are cool. Dev, coolest of all. Little do you know that right before we went live, Dev was online shopping for bed sheets.
No. Dev was not online shopping. Dev went online to show us the bed sheets he bought in person today at Bed Bath & Beyond because it was such a great deal that it couldn't be kept quiet.
First off, if anybody ever has deals that they know, it doesn't even matter what. I go home with a hammer set if I feel like it's a real good deal. Like
hammer set.
I'm at this. Yeah,
different types of hammers for different
there
occasions.
There has to be a hammer set, right?
Hammer set. Sledgehammer.
Toolbox.
I've been trying to get like random things to make myself feel a little bit more grown. I'm not at the point of getting a ladder just quite yet, but it's coming, man.
The pricing hasn't been good enough.
I got a small ladder. It's like really tiny just to get to like higher parts.
That's a stepping stool.
Like the stepping stool.
Yeah,
but that makes me look cool when people walk in. They're like, "What is that for?" And
they're like, "Are you able to accomplish at-home tasks?" You're like,
I mean, by myself. I did that by myself.
Yeah, I'm excited for maybe a new birthday gift. I might get you some of the essential tools you're gonna need. You know, I might try to go for that.
What are you gonna get me?
I forgot that you had a birthday.
Man, I'll tell you guys this quick story today. So I have a new neighbor moving in next door, right? They're over here the next month. Met him today for the first time. Within 30 seconds, they told me they like throwing adult-themed parties and that their shower fits multiple couples.
Huh.
First thing. Like,
were they wearing a
a
pineapple shirt?
Hey, no.
They were in the car with their parents. Like
No
the
way.
3 generations, and I was just like, wow, this is...
that was an open invitation.
I can't tell if this is a joke or if this is
No, that was not a joke. You don't open
You
up
don't
with
open
jokes
with
like
that.
that. Yeah, you got to fill something out, and they got to fill. What was your response, actually?
I was like, wow. I gotta take a really big shower.
yeah, I got to tell you, I'm pretty uncomfortable.
I was pretty uncomfortable. I was so uncomfortable. I had to come here. He shared the bed sheets. I had to share my story.
Yeah.
Well,
The one thing is that the bed sheet story was funny, and yours was more creepy and shouldn't probably have been shared with such a large audience.
you're with me, right? I could share that story.
Yeah, no. Dude, who doesn't love a good swinger story?
I could swear. Too much. TMI. Not TMI, though. The Nuggets. Tonight taking on the Toronto.
I've got your information.
Yeah,
I've got a lot of information.
Yeah, here to share a lot of information. Brendan Vogt, some game notes.
Okay, well, let's start with the injury report because most of the pregame conversation had nothing to do with this game. So here you go. Will Barton will play tonight. Bones Highland will play tonight. Zeke Naji, late scratch. He's out. He was questionable. Game time decision. He is out.
Man, what a bummer for Zeke.
Aaron Gordon is also out. He was listed with right foot soreness. The way Malone talked about it really more sounded just like general fatigue, a little banged up here and there.
You think so? That's interesting. You took that.
Not. He just sort of said he's got some things going on. So I guess rather than be specific to the foot, just Aaron needed some rest one way or another.
See, because the way I took it was almost he was afraid to say what it was.
Yes,
like, and
that's
not because it's like something bad. I just think Malone is always like, he's like, yeah, Aaron's out. He's been dealing with some stuff. Like he stopped himself before he said whatever it is that the injury is.
Agreed. Yeah. So that's probably a better way of framing it.
By the way, we've all seen it. Like he's looked not that aggressive.
I would have advocated for resting him even if he wasn't on the injury report. By the way, on the Toronto side, Fred VanVleet, who was questionable, he's out. OG is out, and Malachi Flynn is out as well.
Who? So say those ones again. Malachi Flynn, yeah.
Flynn and OG.
OG's a big one. You know, I mean, obviously he adds to their defensive length and everything else. So Fred VanVleet, he was in?
He's out.
Oh, he's out.
Been ruled out.
That's huge,
That's
man.
a huge
That's really
one.
huge. So
Huge
two of their
one.
point guards out.
Freddie Velvet is out?
Freddie Velvet is out.
By the way,
man.
this injury report is the Keith Pompey special. It's we got Fred VanVleet.
Really?
And OG.
He is Vleet, though. Did they put an F on it?
Well, it's Van Vliet, right?
Yeah, V.
Yeah, no, but how did Keith say it in that
Oh, yeah,
legendary
yeah.
podcast? Freddie
Man,
Van Vliet
he
and
was like
OG
3 for
Anunoby.
Yeah, he had 3 for 3 or something. It was pretty incredible. Shouts to him. So, do you want to go through this pregame commentary?
Sure. I mean, there was a lot about Greg Popovich, of
Yeah.
course, now the winningest head coach in regular season history, NBA history, and also postseason as well, right? I think he has both crowns.
This makes sense. They always go deep.
Fact check me on that if you want, chat. But Malone sat down. He said, before I take any questions, I have to give a huge shout out to Coach Pop for passing that record. All the lives he's impacted in basketball and outside of basketball. Talked about himself. He said, I would not be in the position I am without his help and guidance over the years. He's just a special person. And by the way, he said not just the help he's given me, but every coach in the NBA. And so really just a pillar of the community, Greg Popovich. And as we know, Malone is really, really close with him. He went to his line, his favorite story. Coach Pop he always says to me, he goes, you know, it's crazy, Mike. You've never helped me win a game. But here I am. I keep getting you jobs. And Malone said, on behalf of my wife and my family and myself, please don't stop.
You guys happened to catch the moment when he won and his team, a young team. It's like funny because you think of Popovich, at least for me, it's Tony Parker, it's Ginobili, it's Tim Duncan. Like I think of those guys. You got this whole other generation. He's been with them now for several years. You're talking about DeJounte Murray and such. It was cool to see those guys just as happy as you would have expected Tim Duncan to be. I thought that was a really cool moment.
Yeah, I mean, Pop is like your great grandpa, like in every single way.
Great grandpa.
Yeah, great grandpa, and he's around
shit.
with all of the kids. Like him and Murray had their moment where they're hugging it out and things like that. They're so much different than the other generation and the other ones that he had before him. That they're all really just super young. So for them to embrace him in a type of way and show him that type of respect without really having an understanding of like the history of it all just goes to show like it's not all coaching all the time. There's like a personality trait that they're picking up from Pop. They get to see him in a different way than just, you know, the usuals. It really is like how my great grandpa was. Like everybody's seen him a lot different than, you know, if you ask my aunts and things like that, they're gonna be like, oh, he was mean, he was this, he had all these rules, and then we see him and he's this super cool. Like there's no way he was all those type of things, and I feel like that's how it is with Pop. And just to embrace it, he just seems super happy, and you don't ever get to see that from Pop.
I don't even know the names of my great grandpas. Do you?
No.
No.
I mean, I don't know the name of
Great
my
grandparents don't know your names. They
Okay. Do you, Eric? Great grandpa?
Yeah.
I don't
Arnold.
know this one.
Hey,
Really?
real quick,
Arnold
Weedham? Wow.
That's right.
Chat did fact check me. He is third on postseason. So I was thinking of combined regular season and postseason wins. Third behind Jackson and Riley.
Interesting. That's interesting. I wouldn't have guessed that. Obviously a fantastic coach. It's kind of cool that the whole league has taken this moment to kind of share it with him. I think it's really cool. As for tonight, you know, obviously going to be a little bit of an easier game without Fred VanVleet. This is a good team. They did just play last night, and they got a win in Phoenix. So this is obviously a dangerous team, a very good team. Denver's going to have to bring it tonight, especially they're shorthanded as well. They're going to have to bring it. But it's a game to me that I expect them to win. If they don't win it, it would actually be a pretty big disappointment, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, you have to – there are times that the NBA season giveth and the NBA season taketh away.
So
Sometimes you are able to take advantage of teams in a weakened state, and other times you yourself live in purgatory for many months. And now, every now and again, you just come across a team that's very good that is missing players. Like you have to. The sun is shining. You must make hay. So that's how it works, man.
I
just gotten so much more folksy. So
Midwest.
you know what it reminds me of? Two birds in the hand worth one in the bush. That's not even right. That's wrong. That
One bird
in the hand is
Two
worth
birds.
two in the bush.
Two birds in the hand are like 30
I was trying to
bushes.
pander to you, and I didn't even get it right.
Oh, wow, you didn't even get it right. I do appreciate it, though.
Dude, I'm
Little
so much folksier. Than
I did
used
go
to be.
birding today, and you want to know what I saw?
Bird?
Northern shoveler.
Did you?
Yeah, pretty good little spot.
I love those northern shovelers.
Really,
Dev's favorite bird.
Huge beak.
Something about the shovels.
That sounds like a snowblower company.
Back to the game. So yeah, I do think that this is a game that you have to win. They just beat the Suns, so they did you a solid in one regard, but also they played many minutes, like 40s,
Yeah, it was.
like
You're right.
38s,
Yep.
and now they have to come back into the Mile High, in Denver, and you have to try to play at that type of elevation, 2 nights in a row. Like, I just don't see that type of game happening. Also, you're missing a lot of guys, so it doesn't seem like they went deep into their bench. You're going to have to go deeper into your bench, so that second unit becomes really, really important in this game.
They need to have a bounce back game, that second unit. I mean, they've had a couple okay ones, but they had a dominant stretch there for a while. 5 games in a row, they were dominant. We declared them one of the best benches in all of the NBA, and it kind of hasn't been. They haven't been bad, but they haven't been great. It'd be great. This is a great game for a great bench stint.
You know what it is, and I get to track these things doing grades every night. JaMychal Green and DeMarcus Cousins have been less than great, and the bench, I think, has suffered. And so if the bigs can get back on track, I think that's their identity now. That's
awesome. Let's move on, because I don't know if you guys have watched Nikola Jokic play this week.
Heard about
Not one
it.
time.
I've heard about
But
it.
he has been pretty special.
Okay.
I think, you're listening here. Now, here's what's weird. The NBA Player of the Week, I believe this is a Sunday through Saturday award because they follow the regular calendar. Sunday begins on Sunday and it ends on Saturday.
I was just going to say, it ends on Sunday as evidenced by the fact that they award it then on Monday.
Actually, you're right. They do it that way, from Monday till Sunday. That's how they award it.
Yeah.
So the Sunday game that Jokic played, which was maybe his greatest regular season game of all time, arguably at least, that game's not going to count. So you only have to go through Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and now tonight. But good thing for Jokic, he's doing pretty well in those ones too. His numbers are up there. Did you have him handy?
I do, yeah. So we're just doing the 3, right?
Yeah.
As you just talked about. So it's 31 points, 15 total rebounds, 9.7 assists, about 2 stocks per game, shooting 58% of from the field. Hilariously, though, 0% from 3.
Not made a 3, yeah.
God, I love that you forget little things when you're gone for a little while. Brendan Vogt being able to access stats, use his computer, making sure all the while that his one hand still keeps that drink.
so balanced.
Goes with the one hand.
Honestly, the cocktail really completes the fifth.
I was thinking about the cocktail as I got the fifth
Call
together.
me old-fashioned, he says. We will.
I'm just missing a stogie right now.
You do look like you need a stogie there.
I just like that
Until
you're
they
just
win.
like, well, that's not an option to put this down. One hand.
I'll go with my left hand.
So if we look around the league, especially, they award Player of the Week, Eastern Conference, Western Conference. Western Conference right now, he does have one person I think is a big competitor. He's got some other guys that have had a game. LeBron last night put up his second 50-point game of the last 8 days, although his was on Saturday, so that one does not count as well. But this last one does count. It's a 50-piece. It's his second one of the week, even though it's not supposed to be weighted. I know people will weigh it there. Dev, do you feel like Jokic has real competition from LeBron? LeBron does play on Sunday, so he has one more chance to kind of boost his numbers. Do you think he has real competition there?
Every single thing that LeBron does on the basketball court right now is amplified. So it's beyond competition. Actually, I would say that LeBron is in the lead.
What?
And Jokic is the one trying to go after it. Just because everyone's going to just do every
market. Dev sucks.
No, I'm just saying every single thing that he does, everyone's going to talk
you're
about.
just
They're
saying you like LeBron more. We get it.
We get it, bro.
It has nothing to do with me.
All right.
I feel like Jokic should be in the lead.
Okay.
The world is going to say LeBron should be in the lead because he's 37 years old. He has a school.
He does have a school.
He has a school.
Does Jokic have a school?
They're going to
actually-
Jokic has
Actually,
been
Jokic
painted
does-
on a school.
Yeah, he has a little basketball team.
Yeah, but it's not in
Okay.
America.
It's like
so it
KD.
doesn't
They're also
count.
going to say he made a single three-pointer. They're just going to try anything to try to take away from him and also to give LeBron as many flowers as he possibly could. This is not my opinion. I'm just saying what everyone else is going to say. They're going to say it's LeBron week to have it, and everyone else is trying to play catch-up because they're going to want him to be back in the MVP race. They're going to want, to be centered around him. They're going to say how much he's
LeBron gets
missing
MVP
everyone
as
else. They're going to say there's no Anthony Davis. There's just a lot of conversations and excuses you can make for why he would be in the lead.
So, Eric, consider this. I know you want to rebut. Thanks. It's my first time speaking English.
Yeah, never rebut
LeBron's
me.
played one fewer game already this week, only 2 games, and that first one was the loss to Houston.
Yeah. Well, I was actually not going to rebut it. I was going to say What is it about the NBA that they are so embarrassed by, or they just don't? They feel so less than that. Actually, following the tournament that is the regular season is not enough. We have to focus exclusively about who is the MVP as the higher competition that's going on at all times during the regular season. This is a plague that does not cross over into other sports. The MVP conversation in the NFL, it's like, is it Russell Wilson? I don't know. Who cares?
Yeah.
And then they're like, we'll figure it out when the interesting part, which is the season, is over.
Yeah.
In basketball, they're like, oh, are there games? Like, I don't care. Right. Who's the MVP? You're like, I don't know. Can we just play the goddamn games? Isn't that the interesting part?
But player of the week, though. But player of the week really is within a week.
I agree.
No, here's let me ask this, though. You heard those numbers, 30, 15, and 10, roughly. What does Jokic have to do tonight to lock up the player of the week award? What kind of stat line?
Triple double. He needs a triple. He needs one of those buzzwords that hits and people go, "Oh, he had a
3 out of 4 triple double.
He had a triple. He had a 30-point triple double. Oh, or he needs that. He needs to get the pizzazz. This is a pizzazz based league. I don't know if you knew that.
It is pizzazz. Okay, so he needs a pizzazz. What do you think?
I think he simply needs to win this game. I think his numbers will look good. I think he'll have that advantage on LeBron. We know there's the narrative thing about LeBron's Saturday, but there's also Jokic's Sunday, and the fact that his 4 games in 5 days was about as good as a human can possibly play.
Mm-hmm.
And that loss was on national TV, but I think the context is there. And luckily, Embiid set a smoke screen so thick with his bullshit just hours before that everyone's untouchable. So I think Jokic just needs to win, and I think he's got this locked up.
I think you nailed it.
Thanks,
I think
man.
you're right. I think he's got the number one thing is win. If Jokic's pretty incapable of putting up a bad stat line, knock on wood, because I don't want to. But his bad stat lines these days are 18, 10, and 6. Which is still good. And if you average that to everything else, his averages will still be high. I expect him to do more than that. But more than anything, if you win, if you say, hey, Jokic this week went 3 out of 4. 4 out of 5 if you count Sunday.
Sure.
All those games, what other player would have even played that many games in 1 week? Probably not a single one. On top of that, with all the wins, I think that's what you have to do it. The numbers he puts up, like he had done, early on this week, it'll be a slam dunk. No question he'll be player of the week.
We'll see.
So are you telling me, because I'm with you and I get annoyed about this, the MVP stuff, but you tell me you don't want our guy to get player of the week?
I would love, listen.
Wouldn't it break the Carmelo? Isn't he tied with Carmelo, I think, right now for Player of the Week
That
awards?
sounds right. PR will, of course, let us know if he does it. But
don't misunderstand me. I just mean we spend a lot of our time fighting for something that is empirically true, but it's bizarre that people don't want to talk about the standings. They want to talk about the MVP all the time. That's just the nature of this league. I'm not sure what. I think it all has to do with the pizzazz,
or just that. I mean, typically, and I think it's been different of late, and I love that. But typically, the regular season, I mean, there's all right, there's 3 teams that matter, probably only 2, right? And so a lot of the regular season does feel like a formality. One of the things I've loved about the last 2 seasons, though, Phoenix does look amazing, but I don't know if that cloud has hung over as much, and I've enjoyed that.
Yeah, I agree. Let's move on now. We'll find out what our guy does. LeBron, like I said, has a game on Sunday. I'm sure he'll try to lock this up. LeBron, by the way, I had a theory. I put this on Locked On NBA the other day. LeBron, I think, knows this is a sunk season. He's gunning for that scoring title. Because if he could, LeBron, the ultimate narrative creator for himself.
He needs to have some.
Hey, man, his team let him down because he led the league in scoring at age 37. Nobody ever done that, but his team just let him down.
I mean, I actually think that would be a big deal. I'm over the LeBron thing. I think this is one of the few truly badass things he could still do that he has yet to do. He's always said I could win a scoring title if I want to, and he hasn't. So if he goes out and gets it at age 37 in a year where, let's be honest, so many guys are playing well. I actually think this would be a legitimate feather in LeBron's cap. So I definitely...
It's just not going to be how I'll remember the season from him. But you're right. It would be an impressive
but
feat.
It would still be... It's something he has
historically,
yet to do.
It would mask a lot of what the season was actually about.
That's
Eventually, 10 years from now, it'll be reduced to... And he led the league in scoring at 37.
Exactly.
Nobody knows this more than LeBron. So I predict more 50-point games are in the bag for him coming up. But you know what? Who cares? D-Line.
Yes.
You were in the Windy City.
I was in the Windy City.
The City by the Bean.
The City by the Bean.
And you have some updates for us about general takeaways.
Guys, where have I been? How long have I been gone? Has anyone noticed that I was not here?
It felt like years.
Adam feels like years. Dev says he didn't notice I was gone. Brendan, where do you ring in on this? Did you notice
you and I
was
haven't
gone?
seen each other in a month.
That's
so
true.
I
You guys were both gone.
Yeah.
Actually, you guys
Brendan and I have
been
not
separated
seen
by a
each
lot.
other in a considerable amount of time, but like brothers. It feels like no time has passed.
Oh, for
Would
sure.
you agree?
Dude. Just picking up each other's punchlines. I got you.
We're back, baby.
We're back. We
are back.
I was in the Windy City, and we were opening up CHGO. I don't know if everybody is aware. We have founded what is now known as the All City Network. The All City Network will contain all cities. All of the cities will be part of the All City.
I love how you phrased that. We have founded what is now known, because we founded it a while ago, but it is now known.
We have not made it.
now,
We've not
though.
put it forward.
but it has
network now.
existed.
It has existed, but now it didn't
Shared
make
that.
sense to refer to a network that consisted of two
Yeah,
places.
so true.
Now we have 3 places. This is officially a network. This is the All City Network, and we are building an entire network of what we like to call frenemies. We have frenemies now in Chicago. We have frenemies now in Phoenix.
Phoenix is just my enemy.
Okay. Adam, Saul and Espo, if you're hearing, Adam just straight up does
Straight
not
up
like
enemies.
you.
Just straight up
Does
enemies.
not like you.
Love Chicago, though. They're just friends.
The guys that we have on the Bulls beat are fantastic. Matt Peck and Big Dave. We also have
Will Gottlieb.
And
Mark K. I'm not even going to try the last name.
Yes, they're fantastic.
The Miroslav of CHGO, really. Australian.
That's true. That's absolutely true. Although we have our own Australian contingency.
That's true.
DNVR.
That's true.
It was a very crazy time. We ate a lot of food. I basically worked every hour that you didn't see me here. It was a big success. Very happy to be back. Never want to leave again. I'm definitely going to have to leave again. I don't know where we're going next. We've got to see what's happening. But we love that everybody is with us here on this journey, just watching us grow. This has been an absolute mission of ours. It's been, whether you realize it or not, we've been working towards this the entire time. The very first day we came up with the name DNVR, we immediately thought how that would translate into other cities. And so it has been a very intentional journey, and so it's just been fantastic to see it grow. I hope that everybody feels proud, because none of this happens without DNVR.
Fact.
Any of the
You guys.
accomplishments that we have achieved as a group mean nothing without the people sharing in them with us, and also making it possible that you can get people interested in sports in a different way. And so it's been amazing, and I cannot be happier to be back, because I am so goddamn tired. I drank so much Malort. I drank so much goddamn Bud Light.
When Eric gets in battle mode, he accesses the most creative aspects of his
Yes.
game, but also the most base aspects
Oh,
of his
it's
game.
bad. Like we
Becomes a machine, like
Yeah,
in the
when we show-
best and worst ways.
When we show up in Chicago, the first thing we do is we go to the grocery store. I buy a bunch of fucking Reese's peanut butter cups, Swedish fish,
Healthy.
Cheetos, Doritos, because I feel like when my body is in physical pain and my mind is in pain, all I can do is just give it little hits of dopamine that come from bites of sugar. So a lot of
Process
sugar,
corner.
a lot of
Process
vintage
corner.
pizza. Now we're back, baby.
Eric, I can't wait for Eric's autobiography.
Yeah.
At the end of his day, after he's built this giant empire, and then it's going to be nothing but this horrible advice.
Yeah, awful,
It's going
terrible.
to be like Keith Richards'
can I name it for you?
autobiography.
Yes.
Too hungover, don't AMA.
Yeah. Don't ask me anything.
Don't
Yes,
ask me
yeah.
anything.
Yeah, some people was like, I said something like, oh, back there, like, oh, cool, we don't get to hear about you being drunk or what you're eating, or how you're tired. I'm like, you don't understand. That's all I've had. That's all I've had.
I will
That's
say
all
though,
I've
to
had.
add just to the story, I love Chicago, man. It
Yeah,
really
great
is
city,
a
man.
phenomenal
It's a great
city.
city.
I love Denver obviously as well. Colorado to me is the top. I just love Colorado so much. But Chicago, if it weren't so freaking cold, would be like the dopest city on
summer,
earth.
though.
It
because
was so cold.
It's so cold. It's like painfully cold, but it really does have a great food, great sports culture, like
The
great
food,
sports
yeah.
fans.
Oh, like I got in working on all of the podcast covers, all the logos for all the teams. I was like, this is like a chef getting to work with the best ingredients when you're actually getting to create a dish. I was like, the Bulls, probably the top logo in sports. The Blackhawks, problematic, still beautiful.
It's problematic.
The Blackhawks,
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking
it's still
Black Sox. What
it's
is
still
White
like
Sox?
like it's still like objectively a beautiful logo, and it's
Yeah.
very iconic.
Oh, the color
Bears,
scheme is like so perfect.
the
Those
Bears
colors
are
like the perfect
fantastic. The
collection.
Sox are fantastic. The
The
Cubs.
Sky logo, man, you went so hard
That's
on
by
that.
far the best one. As
Oh.
soon as we get a shirt, I'm buying it. It's
It
the
exists
coolest
here
freaking-
right on my computer. Yeah.
The shirt does?
Yes.
It's the dopest shirt, man.
I appreciate that. So
gonna be really cool.
Very happy to be back. But yeah, we're in this together, baby. Frenemies.
Frenemies we are. All right. It's time for Dev to make me some money.
Yeah, finally I get to talk. Goodness gracious.
Sorry.
This
That
guy,
was pretty fun.
Sorry.
he wants to talk about all the great things he's done this
I know.
last week.
I did it for us.
And I bought. You said what I bought. I got to talk about
Dev
what I did.
got a 7-piece set from the Bid
what I'm
Bath & Beyond for
saying?
only $20.
And you got to go and live your life and all type of cool stuff like that. I thought we were besties.
We are besties. We're gonna enjoy that 7-piece together.
Well, let's keep it moving here. What do we got? DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app. We got any boosts? I need a boost today. Nope, college basketball.
Yeah, they don't want to give a boost in this
Oh,
game.
I got a profit boost on NBA. Opted in.
Let's go.
Let's go.
I lost all my money yesterday.
So
Help me
Nuggets
out, Dev.
come into this game as 7-point favorites. It opened up today as Nuggets as 4-point favorites. Then the Van Vliet news came in, and I mean that just makes sense. This is a team on the second night of a back-to-back. They are going to be tired. They are. They just beat a really good team. Guys played a whole lot of minutes, so I'm just like looking for the Nuggets to try to get out and run.
Yeah.
Just try to get them out, out and running just to try to change it up. So 221.5 over under. Do we like it? Do we like it?
I don't know. I hate overs because Raptors played last night. They might be cold. They might. I don't know. Who knows?
All right, so
No, Siakam went off on Aaron Gordon last time. Is he going to go off again? Second night of a back.
No
leg?
Aaron
there
Gordon?
is no
Right.
Aaron Gordon.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
So
He
let's just start it out. Yes, he's going to go
He's
off.
got Jeff Green on him,
He
right?
has Jeff
Yeah.
Green on him. He's also like he's going to play the entire time. He knows that the minutes are for him. He's
All right.
he's a guy that wants to like take over in these type of situations.
Okay.
This is a good game for him and Gary Trent because Gary Trent's like, he's really good, but he wants to score. And this is an opportunity that he gets to score. He played 40-something minutes last night. He's like, all right, I'm feeling good. So you could just lock them in there to go off. I think that points, rebounds, and assists for Siakam is really, really good. I'll take that. On the Nuggets side, Jokic. Like we've talked about what he has to do, and this is going to be my lock. We talk about what he has to do for him to, jump over LeBron. I don't think it's the win. I don't think he already has the numbers. It's the averaging a triple-double.
Okay.
I really do think that he's going to have to gun for assists to just get that up a little bit more. We know he can score, but they're going to say LeBron scored. We know that the Nuggets can win. They're going to say LeBron got
You're
some
right.
wins.
It's
going to be the assist.
This is what I said earlier.
It's going to be an assist that he's actually going
Here's
for.
the thing, though. Toronto is one of these teams that has all that length out on the wing, and they like that double. And especially if you're talking about a back-to-back, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot of zone from Toronto and a lot of just like daring other guys to shoot, hoping they can get lucky like the Thunder got against Denver.
So what that means is he's going to have to get assists. They're going to have
They're
to
gonna
knock
have to
down
knock 'em down.
shots.
All
Yeah,
right.
if they're
All
doubling him, it's going to be out of his hands. I really do think that the assist is that's the lock today. It's at 8.5. I think he's going to try to go for that triple double.
So
you
can
could
we
get
take the
multiple one of
triple-double?
those. Yeah, I think you take the triple double. He's going to get he's going to
Wow.
get the points. He's going to get rebounds, especially if they're doubling. He's going to have to try to go quickly with it. So. Yeah, let's
Plus
do
175.
let's do that.
All right, I'm in. I like it. It's a fun bet. Why not?
Also, Monte Morris. He's been good. He's
I
been
just
scoring.
took it. I just took it.
Tell us what you
13
got.
and a half points.
Dude,
I
he's
just
turned
like
into- Monte Morris has
I
turned
like
into
it.
Jamal Murray.
he
Have
has
you
turned
noticed
into
that?
Jamal
looks
Murray.
so good,
I was
man.
shocked when I saw that line at 13 and a half. I'm like, I think he goes. First of all, we just talked about Fred VanVleet's out. Malachi Flynn's out. They're shorthanded at the guard position. They're going to have some dudes in there that maybe are a little bit less familiar. I love it. I'm taking that one. I'm with you. It's a Monte night.
Did anybody put together a same game parlay?
Should we do it now?
SGP. Let's just do a quick
Let's
one.
just do it right now because I have it.
Yeah, you
broken.
know me.
All right. First of all, I'm going to take the Nuggets money line just because I
Lock it
like the
in.
Nuggets money line. I think that one's going to hit. If I go over to threes, you guys know I love betting on these threes. I'm going to take Monte for 1-3. He's just so solid. He'll hit one. We have Will Barton threes. Now, he missed some time.
That actually oftentimes is good. You know what? This is a stay away though.
Stay away from Will
That's a
Barton
stay
because we just
away.
have
That's a
no
stay
idea
away.
what we're going to get from him.
Don't you feel like Jokic feels like he has to hit a three?
I love taking Jokic. No, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, he is eventually due, but is he going to be out there? Or is he going to be attacking tonight?
I feel like he's, I don't know, 1-3.
Do you want to take it?
Kinda.
All right, let's take Jokic
Kinda.
threes. We're taking Jokic threes. So here's my forward pick parlay. Nuggets to win. Monte to hit a three. Jokic to hit a three. And my favorite bet, Jokic one steal.
Steal. You love the one
I love the
steal.
one steal. He gets it 90% of the time.
He
so
gets a lot of
that gives me
GG
plus
steals.
170 odds. I'm going to take it. And let me see if I got an odds boost. I sure enough did. Odds boost 25% is the one I got. So I'm going to throw 10 down on it. Oh, yeah. I got a nice little 3-1 odds here. So I like it. That's my single game parlay. Monte 3, Jokic 3, Nuggets win, Jokic steal.
I love it.
Let's do it.
No, I'm riding it. All right, everybody, thanks so much for tuning in. It's a Saturday night at the DNVR Bar. You know what that means. We get a Nuggets win. We might have to crack open a little bottle of of Rakia.
Of Malort?
Not Malort. You're in Denver now. We're gonna have to. I bought some new Rakia. We had a Rakia gifted from us from
God.
Jarko, so we're gonna have to open up that.
Did he
one
make this Rakia?
No, he bought this one. It's
Okay,
a
good, 'cause
well-known
that
brand.
lasts.
I like the one that we got. Are you kidding? From our
I
guy
did too,
Marco.
but I couldn't drive
am
home.
convinced that if you drank that whole bottle, you would go cross-eyed permanently.
Yeah, you probably would. You probably would. All right, hit that like button on the way out. See ya.
Good.